are you? It's ReneMarie and Bobby Baby Walker here on the
Hello.
Madhouse TV program. We're really honored and blessed to have had this platform. Right, Bobby?
Yes, we are.
Okay. So, Bobby had his show last week. I don't know if some of you tuned in. It was awesome. He taught music theory, right? Am I correct?
Musicianship, elementary musicianship.
Perfect. It was really good. He did a great job, and we sang some songs, which we're going to do today. Let's give him a little
Preview.
no, let's give him. Well, we're going to do preview because, of course, we're going to sing because music. That's how we speak, right? Through music.
Yes, we do.
Okay. But let's give them a short outline of what this show is going to be about every week when they tune in.
Okay. You start.
Okay, thank you. First, I wrote some notes down because I wanted to make sure that I touched on everything. But first, I think we wanted to bring stroke awareness. Let me share a little piece of information for those of you who don't know me, and I'm really honored to have this platform that touches the world, and touches the world in a way that not only here today at 4:30 on Saturday, but touches the world on an ongoing basis. I am a stroke survivor. 25 years ago, this past April 8th, I suffered a major stroke. I couldn't walk, I couldn't talk, and I laid in a bed not being able to do anything. And I also suffered from something called aphasia. Through the process of this show, I'm going to be talking a lot about aphasia. It's the result of a brain injury or stroke, right, Bobby?
Yes, it is.
Aphasia is. Did you ever come in contact with somebody who couldn't talk and couldn't talk or couldn't what's the word I'm looking for? Communicate, and they looked at you and you looked at them and you knew something was off, but you weren't sure what it was. It probably was aphasia. It probably was that they suffered some sort of brain injury that they couldn't see, or they couldn't understand what you were saying to them. Right? And Bobby's well aware of this because Bobby's one of my board members for our Language of Love Foundation. When did we start that? Back in December, right?
December. Yes.
December
it was.
Right.
Yes.
And Bobby's working on the bylaws with me, and so we meet every week and have a really great time and kind of laugh a lot and meet with our whole board. Other board members are Jean Parada and Folio Cesare, and Bobby are some of my board members. But back to aphasia. Aphasia is really important to understand because when you suffer from a stroke, anybody could see visually someone who suffered from a stroke, right?
There are several visual clues.
Right. I mean, even me, hold my microphone for 1 second, I just want to show them. Even me, with my arm, I really can't straighten it out. So you can see visually that something happened to me. But with aphasia is?
Not being able to communicate.
Right, but it has to do with?
Right. The brain is sort of scrambled.
Right. And you can't process, you can't think.
Right.
And some people aren't compassionate when they don't understand something is wrong. And I suffered from aphasia 25 years ago, and I actually, through the process, really just defragmented my brain. In a few weeks, I'm going to have a little more information out, but I just wanted to give you a brief history about it. We're also going to be singing, of course, right?
Right.
And what song are you going to do today?
I'm going to do Under the Boardwalk.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I think a really important part of both of ours is our faith. Right?
Absolutely.
I also want to let you know that each program that we do on a stroke of luck is going to, I'm going to dedicate it to somebody. Today, we're going to dedicate this show to God.
Absolutely.
Because we need to have the ground base for this journey we're going to go on. Right? So this is to give it up to God and to really thank Him for giving us this platform.
Right. For bringing us back.
Yep. And for giving me a second chance. But with that second chance comes a huge responsibility, which He tells me every single moment of every single day that I have a job to do. And through my book, I wrote a book called Stroke of Luck, ReneMarie Stroke of Luck. And all the proceeds from the purchase of the book go towards my project. 50% go to the Language of Love Foundation, and 50% until 2014 goes to Hurricane Sandy relief. And that was because when I was publishing my book, Bobby, it was Hurricane Sandy, and I couldn't take the money from the book with all the people that needed so much.
Right.
So, this show is dedicated to God, and we're gonna have stroke survivors on our show. We're gonna have people to teach us about strokes, and doctors and nurses and therapists, and a whole world of information. One more piece.
And performers.
Well, of course, us and the performers. But one more piece before we get to the show. We have a great inspirational story on the show today. His name is Joe. Woo! And Joe suffered 9 strokes, and he is winning the battle against the strokes. So we're going to talk to Joe in a few minutes. And one more really, really important piece, and I know I have so much information to share with all of you. I have a passion for this. So there's so many details that I want to share with you. But as we're going through the next year, I'm gonna share them with you. But this show really began. How did this show begin, Bobby? How did we begin to hook onto this, to Madhouse TV? And by the way, I want to give great applause to the Madhouse TV team of Tom and Vicky and Tommy and Janine, who do a phenomenal job and allowed us the platform for our voices to be heard. So Bobby, how did this happen?
We came here seeking to do a telethon.
Okay.
And
I just want to move this because it's right in front of you. Can you move? No. Yeah, because it's right in front of you, so I didn't want to hide your face.
Oh, it can't hide my face.
Okay, sorry about that. So go ahead, Bobby.
So we came here seeking to...
You got a beautiful face, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. More. Anyway, we came here to talk to Madhouse staff about doing a telethon.
Well, can you tell them a few, because that was the next thing I was getting into. Tell them a little bit about our telethon.
Telethon is going to be, it's going to air on March 29th, 2015.
Right. From 2 p.m. to 8 p.m.
From 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. And we're going to have entertainment. We're going to have talks about aphasia and stroke.
And history and inspiring stories that people, one of my biggest passions, I have a lot of passions, but one of my biggest passion is to make people aware of strokes and aphasia.
Right.
Because most people wait until it happens to them to really get in tune with what it's about.
Right.
And why it happened. And I was 26 years old when my stroke happened. There was no history of stroke in my family, and nobody at that time knew about strokes in my family, my surroundings. So after my stroke, from the onset, nowadays it is told, and I will get actual documentation on this, because I am not a doctor. I don't know the specifics, but
Neither am I.
yeah, but we're a channel. We're a channel for information.
Yes.
So, but I know that you have 60 minutes from the onset of your stroke to make a difference in
your health.
In your health, because there's a shot that they can give you that will revert back to your normal state. I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I believe. So that's why we're having the telethon, right?
Absolutely. And to make people just aware of how strokes happen, and what people can do when they have a stroke victim,
Right.
how soon they have to get medical attention,
Right.
so it doesn't give you brain damage.
Right. Right.
You know,
I
and
know.
all that.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
it's a serious.
It is serious. It is serious. And we're gonna go right into you singing in a few minutes, but I just want to make sure that everybody knows that our passion is for strokes and awareness.
Yes.
And through this platform, we hope every week to bring hope to those family members of mine who I've been blessed to be a part of their family of stroke survivors and aphasia survivors. And I can't say enough about it. So let's roll into the music and hope that you join us every week. And if you can't join us every week, that you find us at the Madhouse TV online to make a difference. And one of my intentions to hold this platform is for my stroke family members to have hope. And hope that when they're alone and they don't have anybody, know that we love you. And know that we're there for you. And know that we understand what it is that you're going through. So, and this is such a great platform because they can click on us anytime, right?
Yeah, click.
You can. The families can have it set up where you can click, even if they're in a nursing home, or if they're in a hospital, or in a rehab, or home by themselves, or whatever it is. If they want somebody to be with them, and they want somebody who wants people who understand, click on us, because we're gonna be here. Okay, we're gonna start to sing in 2 minutes, right, Janine? Okay, and before we do, remember, this is a memo for everybody. We're gonna have a Memorial Day party on the Saturday of Memorial Day weekend, and it's gonna be all about music, and it's gonna be uplifting, and it's gonna be out fun, and it's gonna be a great celebration, and all my stroke family survivors. I don't like to call you victims, I like to call you survivors. And your caretakers and whoever's around you, join us, because we're going to have a party. We like to party.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Don't we love to party?
Absolutely.
And we got to give great thanks to MichaelAngelo. MichaelAngelo, he's going to be in our discussion over there with Joe. But MichaelAngelo is the one that kind of hooked us up with Madhouse.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm singing first. But you can join in because you know this song, right? Everybody knows this song. And music is the language of love, right? Okay, here we go. Come on, everyone. Join in. Here we go. Such a feeling's coming over me. There is wonder in most everything I see. Not a cloud in the sky, got the sun in my eyes, and I won't be surprised if it's a dream. You're everything I want the world to be. He is now coming true, especially Lord, you are near. You're the nearest thing to heaven that I've seen. Let's go. I'm on the top of the world looking down on creation, and the only explanation I can find is the love that I found ever since you've been around. Your love's put me at the top of the world. Love puts everybody at the top of the world, right? Here we go. Something in the wind just learned my name, and it's telling me that things are not the same. In the leaves on the trees, and the touch is the breeze, there's a pleasing sense of happiness flowing. There is only one wish on my mind. When this day is through, I hope that I will find that tomorrow will be just the same for you and me. All I need will be mine if you are here. Let's go. I'm on the top of the world looking down on creation, and the only explanation I can find is the love that I found ever since you've been around. Your love's put me at the top of the world. One more time, let's go. I'm on the top of the world looking down on creation, and the only explanation I can find is the love that I found ever since you've been around. Your love's put me at the top of the world. Here we go.
That was great.
Thank you.
You're hired.
Love is the answer to everything.
Absolutely.
Love is the answer to everything. Remember that.
And
Love
music
the
is
answer to
the
everything.
universal language.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And the music is the language of love. That's why our foundation is called
The
Language of Love. That's right.
Ah.
And that's why we're going to have a telethon and have great music on March 29th, 2015, from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. and on Madhouse TV.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. My turn.
Your turn. And you're singing a song that we dream about. It's a nice day out today.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It's almost time to go down to
The boardwalk.
the boardwalk.
Yeah.
And here we go. Come on.
Oh, when the sun beats down and burns the tar up on the roof, you can almost taste the fireproof.
Here we go, Bobby.
Under the boardwalk,
Down by the sea. Yeah.
on a blanket with my baby, where I'll
Here we
be.
go. Come on.
Under the boardwalk, out of the sun, we'll be having some fun. Under the boardwalk, people walking above. We'll be falling in love under the boardwalk, boardwalk. From the park you hear the happy sounds of the carousel. You can almost taste the hot dogs and french fries they sell. Under the boardwalk, down by the sea, yeah. On a blanket with my baby, where I'll be.
Here we go. Come on. Let's go.
Under the boardwalk, out of the sun. Under the boardwalk, we'll be having some fun. Under the boardwalk, people walking above. Under the boardwalk, we'll be falling in love. Under the boardwalk, boardwalk. Yeah.
Come on.
Hot dogs, French fries, hamburgers, soda.
Actually, our next set is
Great love.
Under the boardwalk, down by the sea, yeah. On a blanket with my baby is where I'll be.
Here we go, Bobby. Let's go. Come on.
Under the boardwalk,
Out of the sun,
under the boardwalk,
we'll be having some fun.
under the boardwalk,
People walking around,
under the boardwalk,
we'll be falling in love
under the boardwalk, boardwalk.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to go to a break. And when we come back on the Stroke of Love program with Bobby Baby Walker and myself is the incredible, inspiring story of Joe. Stay tuned. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Dow. We have a multidisciplinary practice in Melville and Ronkonkoma, New York, and we treat patients with many, many different conditions, from newborns through geriatric patients with numerous different techniques. There's a technique and a type of treatment for every class of patient. We have them all here. Here's my son Thomas, also a doctor of chiropractic, working on one of our patients' cervical spine. This patient has had chronic neck pain for many, many, many years, has been to a multitude of different practitioners with little or no response. And with our specialized techniques, she has improved tremendously and continues to improve on a daily basis. We have two practices, one in Melville and one in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are a multidiscipline chiropractic office. What that means is we have chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, all working as a team and a network of outside professionals such as orthopedists and neurologists that we work hand in hand with to help determine what your injuries are and the best way to treat your injuries. I have the great pleasure of having my son in practice with me. We work hand in hand, father and son, to give our patients the best care possible, and a staff which is loving, caring, and you'll never have to wait at all in our office for service. Many times patients come into our office and they have what's called a soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injuries are like scars inside your body. If you've ever been cut on the outside of your body, you get a scar. The same thing happens inside of your body to your muscles and ligaments. So our job is to determine where those are, stretch the muscles, adjust the vertebra back into their correct position, and then refortify the normal structure with exercise. That's what we do best, and I hope someday you'll come see us at one of our two offices. Thank you.
Being a fireman is more than just putting out blazes and giving kittens CPR. Sometimes my duty demands I fan the flames, like when a call comes in from a lady who needs immediate assistance. Maybe she needs help with a computer thing. Maybe she wants to go antique. Could be as simple as understanding that walking in heels it's hard. Aussi simple que l'été dernier à Paris. C'est sympa. Maybe it's ladies' night in, and she wants a simple, delicious recipe for margaritas with a twist. First, a can of limeade. Now hold on to this. You'll be using it. Side note, kittens make everything better. Next, add water. Now, a bottle of light beer. No, shh. Trust me, I'm a professional. And last, and most important, Sauza Blue Tequila. Now, mix it up. Ole. Yes, that's what I'm trained for. Whether it's to help her choose leggings or pants, telling her leggings are pants, or discussing leggings and jeggings versus pant pegging at her next ladies' night in, I'll come to the rescue. Don't call me a hero. Just call me. Let me know what time.
Are you planning an event and want to include entertainment, but you're not sure where to turn? Act1Entertainment.net has provided over 1,500 events with quality, affordable live entertainment at private parties, corporate affairs, festivals, bike rallies, and more. Act One will fit into your budget. They're friendly, reliable, and do all the legwork for you. They take all major credit cards. Log on to Act1Entertainment.net for a free, no-obligation price quote, or call 631-758-3505 for a brochure. You'll be happy you did.
For professional motorcycle transport and towing, think Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing. Proudly serving all of Long Island, we feature expert handling and 24/7 service. So send a limo for your toy with Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing.
Welcome back to the Stroke of Luck Madhouse TV show. With me, we have my guest, Joe, who's sitting right next to me. I'll introduce you in 2 seconds. But I think it's pretty awesome that we're sitting in front of a beach after Bobby just sang Under the Boardwalk. I just think that's awesome. So let me introduce you. This is Joe. He is our guest. Joe suffered 9 strokes. Which he's going to tell us a little story about his story in a few minutes. And then we have MichaelAngelo, who Michael is the connection to the Madhouse TV and myself and Bobby. And then we have, of course, we have Bobby Baby Walker on the end. Let's hear it from everybody. Woo! So Joe, you're actually an inspiration.
Thank you.
And I really am thankful that you connected with me and you're willing to share your story. Tell us a little bit about your stroke.
Okay, 2007, on my way to work, I was rear-ended, and I hit the side of my head to the side of the window, and I suffered a severe brain hemorrhage in the frontal lobe, which caused heavy bleeding, which then caused 9 blood clots that scattered around the whole left side of the brain.
Wow.
So, I was in the hospital for about 2 weeks. I was transferred into Columbia Presbyterian at 2:30 in the morning. I was literally on my deathbed, and the only way to stop the bleeding, they couldn't operate. was to give me a medication for hemophiliacs, which
Oh, wow.
stopped the clotting.
Wow.
And I left the hospital 4 days later. But
Wow.
I did not leave as I went in. When
Wow.
I came out, then the journey started.
Right. Well, of course.
That
yes,
was
yes,
the beginning.
Yes. Now, Michael, you had a stroke also.
Yes, I had one about 14 years ago.
Wow.
And it was really strange. Oh, well, I guess it wasn't so strange how it actually happened, because I really wasn't actually in the best of health. I was about 40 pounds heavier than I am right now.
Wow.
And I was not paying attention to any of my the health. And one day I just woke up. Actually, it was New Year's Eve, 2000. And I woke up and half my body was completely frozen. And I couldn't even reach over and get the phone to call the emergency. I felt like, okay, they're gonna find me here.
Wow.
And then the next morning, I slept through it, and I woke up, and I was able to move a little bit, and I got myself to the emergency over at Montefiore Hospital over in the Bronx, which was the closest hospital. Unfortunately, it was a mistake because the triage nurse had asked me straight out. She asked me why I was there. She says, "Are you here for a medical reason?" And I was like, wait a minute, am I in the right place, or should I ask to get my hair done or something? You know? But no, they had given me some medication. They said that my blood pressure was 216 over 165.
Wow.
That I was a walking time bomb. Wow. So they gave me some medication, and they told me they wanted to keep me there overnight. And after dealing with the nonsense in the emergency room, after my pressure came down a little bit, I decided, I'm not going to listen to these morons. They told me what's wrong with me. Let me know what's wrong with me. Let me listen to my own body. And the first thing I did was I joined a health club. I started eating better.
Wow.
I lost 30 pounds.
Wow.
Started exercising a little bit better. And I actually took care of myself.
Wow.
I listened to the doctors.
Right.
And
Right.
I realized that I was very lucky that there was no real damage done to me.
Wow.
But then, now here we are 14 years later, and I feel that there was some damage done.
Wow.
Because I think there was some serious damage done to my heart that just
Right.
built
right,
up over
right,
the years.
Right.
I just recently had a triple bypass, and I
Right.
think that was a delayed reaction out of what happened some
Right,
14
right,
years ago.
Right. And you know, by both your stories, and mine included, mine happened down at the softball field. So there was no inclination that I was about to have a stroke.
Didn't happen to me either.
Right?
I woke up.
You,
No.
You didn't, you had no idea.
I got up
Yeah.
the next morning
Yeah.
and I got out of bed and I fell onto the floor. And then I went downstairs to feed my dog.
Oh, you were lucky that you got out of bed. I couldn't get out of bed.
No, I got up, but I went down. Then I got up. Then I took the dog out. And then I fell down again. And I said, something's not right.
You know,
So-
we're laughing because we're all,
Well, I'm laughing.
yeah.
I'm laughing because God definitely
Yeah.
guided me through
Yeah.
this, and He
Yeah.
made me realize what I had to
Yeah.
do for myself.
yeah.
And I did.
Yeah, and we're here, even though we're laughing, we're compassionate, and we understand what our stroke family members are going through.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a family unto itself. You know, that we became a part of, and it's our job as stroke survivors to make people aware. Make people aware. I mean, I was just appointed to the Valley Hospital, and you know this because we
Yes.
were talking about it. You are also appointed to Valley Hospital Acute Stroke Family, what is it called? The Acute Stroke
Advisory
Advisory
right.
Council, something like along
Right.
that way. And one of the things you'll get to know about me is sometimes I forget, and that is a part of my.
That's
my-
all of us.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So so that's why I can't remember the actual title to it. But it was funny because when I was there, and we were talking about certain things, you know, it really impressed me. It really kind of, you're seeing the back end of what goes on, right, Bobby? You're seeing the back end of what goes on, what happened while I was a patient at that hospital. And it is incredible what the doctors and nurses and nurse practitioners and therapists and EMS and the whole world, what they do to take care of us. I am so astounded and honored and really privileged. So what committee are you on?
One of the committees that I'm on is the Patient and Family Advisory Council at St. Charles Hospital. I also was co-founder of the Stroke Support Group at St. Charles Hospital.
Wow.
I've also done public speaking at Hope After Stroke on a yearly basis at the Wisdom Conference at St. Charles Hospital. I also did, talks at Stony Brook, St. Catherine's,
Wow.
Mather. I
Wow.
did the rounds.
Wow.
And I'm on the board of directors for Judy's Run. And there's a couple of other committees that St. Charles is looking to get me on.
Now, Bob, you introduced me to Judy's Run. Am I correct? You want to say a few words about Judy's Run?
Well, Bob.
Zombrowski, isn't that his?
Yes.
Isn't that his name?
Bob
Pat me on the back because I remembered that.
Bob Zombrowski contacted me through.
Was it the singer
Louise.
Louise.
From Twin
Louise
Gold.
from Twin Gold.
Right,
Yes,
from
yes.
Louise, right. And he was doing a fundraiser out here in Long Island, and so I was asked to perform there,
Right.
and I suggested that you come along.
Yeah, yeah. And
that's how you met him.
yeah, and actually, it was an astounding event. It was a car show that he was having last year, and Mark McEwen, the CBS broadcaster, weathercaster, was the MC for that event. And actually, if you go online, you can find ReneMarie and Mark McEwen. We have some interviews. Mark was inspirational because Mark had a stroke 25 years. In 2007, I believe Mark had a stroke. So, and he has been an advocate for strokes. So, you know Mark McEwen,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm looking forward to seeing him
Yeah.
again.
So just so you get a feel, my next show, which is 2 weeks from today, today's the 12th, the 26th.
Correct.
Joe is also going to be our guest. I knew that he had a lot of information to share with us, and I really just wanted to give you some whet your taste
appetite.
about Joe.
Yeah.
And actually, the more I get to know Joe, because I actually just met Joe. Joe was introduced to me by Bob, okay, and by Bob Zombrowski, and I think Bob and I and the rest of my board are really going to do a lot of great work. He's probably going to help me on the telethon, and he's going to, interview people for the show, and we're going to work very well
Absolutely.
together, all of us. Bob actually he was supposed to give us a call, but he may have not been able to. He's got a marathon going on.
The walk. Judy's Run.
It's a
Well,
marathon.
yeah,
It's
right,
a marathon.
right.
It's a marathon. And I'm not quite sure the date, but on our next show, next week on Bobby's show, we'll announce his show, his marathon, so that we could do some PR for him. Right. So, yeah. So what else, Joe? What else do you have to share with us? Oh, you know what? I want to ask you something.
Sure.
I want to ask you something. One of the reasons that your name really, the conversation that Bob had with me about you, and he loves you, was that you had 2 God stories. And I mean, most of you don't know me yet, but I love God stories. I actually communicate with God all the time. I know that sounds crazy, but with my stroke, I had an out-of-body experience, and God had a conversation with me. And to make a long story short, I said, "What do you want from me?" Talking to God like that, but I didn't know. And he said, "I just want you to remember, you always have to work for me." So that's why I talk to God all the time. So anyway, tell us only one, because I want them. Okay. Oh, I just pulled this off. I want you to tell us one of your God stories, and then I don't know how much time we have left on the show. 15 minutes. So we're gonna, we want to sing a song, and also we'll take a few more minutes. But tell us your God story.
Okay.
I love God stories.
Our Lady of the Island Shrine on Long
Okay.
Island. It's right near my house. I had just gotten out of the hospital. I was just starting to get back to driving. So I would go there during the afternoon. So I went down one day, and I was by myself. I had a cup of coffee, and I walked. They have a pathway between the chapels and from the gift shop, and it's like people can buy bricks for people who've either passed or
Right.
whatever.
Right.
So I walked all the way down. So as I get all the way down to the bottom, out of the blue, this priest comes over, and I said, "Hello, Father," and he said to me, "Hello." He said, so I figured he was, with the shrine, and he said to me, "My son, you look lost." So, not being too smart after all the strokes, I said to him, "No, Father, I'm not lost. I know where I am. I'm at the shrine." And he said to me, "No, you look like you're lost." I said, "I don't understand." He said, "What's wrong? You look like something happened." So I briefly went into the story. So he said to me, "There's a reason why God kept you here." And I looked at him and I said, "I don't understand." He said, "You have to do something." And I was like, "Well, I don't know. What is it?" And he said to me, "When the time comes, you will know."
Wow.
Goosebumps talking about it. So I said, "Okay." And with that, he turned and walked away. So I'm sitting there. I was like in shock. And I said to myself, "I got to go find him." So I went back, and the women there know me in the cafeteria and the gift shop. And I said, there was this priest that came down. I don't know his name. And I described him. They said to me, "There's no priest like that here." I said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "I was just down the path. I was talking to him." So that was one story condensed down. And I knew, because even when I came out of the hospital, the doctors were in amazement. They couldn't believe that I even pulled through.
Right.
So
Right.
they said there's a reason,
Right.
but I never knew what it was.
Right.
Now I know what
Right.
it is, because here we are
Here we
together
are.
now.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty humbling and amazing to, at that moment you it's almost like, did you ever watch Touched by Angels? Where Monica on the Touched by Angels, she's an angel, she walks towards somebody, and all of a sudden a light comes over them. And that's the moment where she shares the information with them about that she's an angel and that she has to work. Anyway, but at that particular moment, the way they're looking at you, that they're sending you messages from God, that they're absolutely sending messages from God.
Well, I had somewhat of a similar kind of a reaction to, Bobby here had introduced me to you, and it was just originally based on, come and videotape this wonderful woman who does some really good vocals, and it was a music thing, because that's what I was doing all the time. I was videotaping musical performances. But
And
then,
thank you for doing the intro, because Bobby,
you're welcome.
Michael created
but that's just
But
the least of it.
he did a great job on creating my intro and Bobby's intro.
right.
So if you ever need any intros done or any video work or whatever you need,
Thank you for that.
Michael's the guy, because he puts his heart into it.
But I wouldn't have been here for the main
Michael
reason.
is the man.
Michael's
Because
the
when I
man.
met her that first time, it was almost as if I was touched by an angel, because I realized exactly what she was all about, and she made me feel, not that I've actually communicated directly with God myself, but I felt like I did when I met her, because now I started realizing and bringing a lot of new knowledge and information to myself about my own conditions.
Thank
Of course, I want to get more involved in being an advocate, but unfortunately, I just had triple bypass surgery, and I'm just sort of getting over the anesthesia and some of the medications, and the thoughts are starting to come back to me now, and I really want to get involved and stuff.
Thank
and
you.
I feel really good about it.
Thank
And,
you. Well, you're a part of our team.
Yeah.
So whatever we all do together. But right after Michael's surgery, that's when he did the intros. He's like, "I'll do whatever you need. I'll do whatever you need." So
I love doing that work. I love it.
yeah. I want to really thank the National Stroke Association. Mark McEwen, when I met him at Judy's Run, saw a photo with him and Jim, the president, I believe he is, of the National Stroke Association. And a few years prior, I had written an article to them. They have something where you can tell your story online. And I've been communicating with them, a woman named Crystal, and she and they have been phenomenal. They have been phenomenal. They've been so educational to me. I mean, I am on a learning path of really learning what strokes are about and stuff, in the details behind it, you know. So on this journey, I'm going to be learning. So because they were so absolutely wonderful, the telethon, the portions of the telethon are going to be split up between my foundation, ReneMarie's Language of Love, the National Stroke Association, and Judy's Run, because they really have been phenomenal, and I wanted to give back to them a little bit.
Oh, you're going to have some tremendous talent going on. You're going to be very, very surprised.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we're going to be good. Are we going to take a break, or so we can go on over? Okay. So we're gonna take a break. And Bob, Judy's Run, just texted me. Let me read it. He wants to apologize. He couldn't call us. He wants to wish us the best. So Bob from Judy's Run.
Thank you, Bob.
Hi, Bob.
Yay! And before we go to commercial, in
done
case I don't get a chance to mention this, tonight at the Blue Parrot in Massapequa, Tommy's going to be getting together with his band again.
Woo!
You got to go there.
Yay!
Tommy Marr.
And wait, after, in the next segment, you're going to meet Tommy from Madhouse TV. He's a real inspirational gentleman.
He's my brother.
Yes. And thank
He's
you.
my brother from another mother.
And thank you to Janine in the studio back there doing the technology.
She's
and
doing everything.
And thank you to Steve for driving Joe here. And we'll be right back right after a few minutes. We're going to sing a song.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Dow. We have a multidisciplinary practice in Melville and Ronkonkoma, New York, and we treat patients with many, many different conditions, from newborns through geriatric patients with numerous different techniques. There's a technique and a type of treatment for every class of patient. We have them all here. Here's my son Thomas, also a doctor of chiropractic, working on one of our patients' cervical spine. This patient has had chronic neck pain for many, many, many years, has been to a multitude of different practitioners with little or no response. And with our specialized techniques, she has improved tremendously and continues to improve on a daily basis. We have two practices, one in Melville and one in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are a multidiscipline chiropractic office. What that means is we have chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, all working as a team and a network of outside professionals such as orthopedists and neurologists that we work hand in hand with to help determine what your injuries are and the best way to treat your injuries. I have the great pleasure of having my son in practice with me. We work hand in hand, father and son, to give our patients the best care possible, and a staff which is loving, caring, and you'll never have to wait at all in our office for service. Many times patients come into our office and they have what's called a soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injuries are like scars inside your body. If you've ever been cut on the outside of your body, you get a scar. The same thing happens inside of your body to your muscles and ligaments. So our job is to determine where those are, stretch the muscles, adjust the vertebra back into their correct position, and then refortify normal structure with exercise. That's what we do best, and I hope someday you'll come see us at one of our 2 offices. Thank you.
Being a fireman is more than just putting out blazes and giving kittens CPR. Sometimes my duty demands I fan the flames, like when a call comes in from a lady who needs immediate assistance. Maybe she needs help with a computer thing. Maybe she wants to go antique. Could be as simple as understanding that walking in heels it's hard. Aussi simple que l'été dernier à Paris. C'est sympa. Maybe it's ladies' night in, and she wants a simple, delicious recipe for margaritas with a twist. First, a can of limeade. Now hold on to this, you'll be using it. Side note, kittens make everything better. Next, add water. Now, a bottle of light beer. No, shh. Trust me, I'm a professional. And last, and most important, Sauza Blue tequila. Now, mix it up. Ole. Yes, that's what I'm trained for. Whether it's to help her choose leggings or pants, telling her leggings are pants, or discussing leggings and jeggings versus pant pegging at her next ladies' night in, I'll come to the rescue. Don't call me a hero. Just call me. Let me know what time.
YesWeCare.net is a 501c3 charity that provides help to veterans and their families. Please visit YesWeCare.net and donate in any way you can by purchasing our beautiful frame prints or relaxation CDs and DVDs, even smooth jazz CDs. YesWeCare.net. Remember, our troops are on their way home. They need all the support they can get. YesWeCare.net.
Are you planning an event and want to include entertainment, but you're not sure where to turn? Act1Entertainment.net has provided over 1,500 events with quality, affordable live entertainment at private parties, corporate affairs, festivals, bike rallies, and more. Act 1 will fit into your budget. They're friendly, reliable, and do all the legwork for you. They take all major credit cards. Log on to Act1Entertainment.net for a free, no-obligation price quote, or call 631-758-3505 for a brochure. You'll be happy you did.
For professional motorcycle transport and towing, think Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing. Proudly serving all of Long Island, we feature expert handling and 24/7 service. So send a limo for your toy with Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing.
I am Tom Mealy for the Harrison Law Group, and I have been telling you for years that getting involved in an automobile accident is no joke. This is what we do. We're not new at this game. If you've been involved in an accident of any kind and you go to a law firm that says you have no case, it's simple. It's because they can't do it and they don't get it. You need to call us directly at 1-800-INJURY-LAW.
welcome back to the Stroke of Luck, our first show. Yay! Woo! I'm like so honored and privileged to have found you and have connected with all of you and everyone that's a part of the team and everybody that we're yet to meet. If anyone would like to be on the show, please contact us at ReneMarie's language of love at gmail.com. So once again, that's ReneMarie, language of love at gmail.com. And we would love to hear your story, or you could Facebook me, or Facebook the Madhouse TV, because I think they're going to put this show up on Madhouse TV when we, what's that? Yeah. Well, Tommy's telling me I cover my face. It's actually because that's where my arm stays. That's a stroke thing. It is. It's a stroke. Let me use this one for while I'm not singing. So if we really love to hear your story. That's the truth, right, Joe? Right, Michael? Right, Bobby? We don't want to do this show by ourselves. We want you to be a part of the show. So interactive. So please email us, Facebook me at ReneMarie Testa Adams. That's what I'm under Facebook, because I listened to them and did the right thing and used my whole name when I joined Facebook. So we're going to go right into this. So how many more minutes do we have, Bobby? I don't want to run short on this song. Gotta go? Okay, so let's go right into the song. And actually, I need to, this is a song that, while I was rehearsing today, my song, which was going to be What I Did for Love, I changed it because the words to this really touch our heart. So since Ryan Seacrest used his phone on America's Got Idol, I'm going to use mine for the words too. And I never thought I'd feel this way. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm glad I got the chance to say that I do believe I love all of you. And if you should ever go away, well, I know the words today are coming from my heart. And then if you can remember, let's go, everyone. Here we go. This is why we did it. Keep smiling, keep shining, knowing you can always count on me. For sure, that's what friends are for. For good times and bad times, I'll be on your side forevermore. That's what friends are for. Here we go. And you came and opened me, and now there's so much more I see. And so by the way, I thank you, and then for the times when we're apart. Well, I know the words coming from my heart. I screwed up. And then if you can remember, let's go. That's okay. Hey, you like you screw up. You get up and you pick yourself up. Keep smiling, keep shining, knowing you can always count on me. For sure, that's what friends are for. For good times and bad times, I'll be on your side forevermore. That's what friends are for. Keep smiling, keep shining, knowing you can always count on me. For sure. We hope to see you next week, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. But have a wonderful day. And listen, everything is a stroke of luck. God bless.
Absolutely.
And don't forget, tonight at the Blue Parrot.
Tommy Marr at the Blue Parrot.